Welcome back to another video. If you're visiting this channel for the first time, thank you for tuning in and hopefully you get something helpful out of this video. So you see me starting this haircut out by combing his hair into its natural position. So he had his hair packed down with a do-rag, so I'm just combing it, lifting the hair off the head. And we're going to be cutting the top down with the 1.5. And I kind of opened the lever, not quite halfway, but I opened it just a little bit so it wouldn't cut off as much. And you just see me combing, lifting the hair back off the head after I make a few passes with the clipper each time. You see me start from the crown area and then go all the way to the bottom of his head. It's very important to keep a comb in your hair so that way you know that you cut the hair evenly. And by the way, if you look at the top left-hand corner, throughout this video, I'll have all of the guard numbers that I'll be using. So if you ever get confused about which guard I'm using, just look up to the left-hand corner and you'll see. So here I start making my initial bald guideline. This is gonna be a mid/low drop fade, so we're not gonna take it up too high. However, when I blend, I like my fades to show contrast, so I don't like just short tight blends. So I do stretch my blends just a little bit. I just like to see that nice contrast. But here we take the clipper and the lever is fully open and we're gonna make our next guideline. We're going up about an inch, almost an inch. So now we're going to start blending that guideline out. So the lever is fully closed and we're just attacking that bottom line. Don't be scared to attack that line. That's the only way you're going to get it out. And then here you see me open the lever about halfway. And I'm repeating the same process, just going up just a little bit. Be careful not to go up above the guideline that you just made. You want to stay within that parameter. You don't want to take it too high because if you go above this next guideline, then you will raise your fade. And you see me just going right up under that guideline. Like I said, it's very important not to go above it because you don't want to raise the fade too high. Okay, now we have on the number 1 guard with the lever fully open. And what I'm doing right here, I'm just debulking. So I just want to smooth the hair down so that way it will make it easier for me to blend. I won't have to blend into as much bulk. So I'm just closing the lever right here just to take off a little bit more hair. And then that will smooth the hair down just a little bit more. I'm just making my job easier for me. Okay, so the lever is fully open and we're gonna make another guideline about an inch as well. So if you've been the type of barber that have been cutting straight hair for the majority of the time, coarse hair can be a little challenging, but nevertheless, you still use the same steps. You just have to make a few more passes with the clipper. It just takes a little bit more work to get the hair to blend. So with the 1 guard, my rule of thumb when using the 1 guard, I go open, closed, halfway. If you remember that, you will get it right every time. So start with the lever open, then go closed, and then go halfway in between that open and close. That's the easiest way for me to explain it to you guys. So I went open at first, then you saw me go closed, and now I'm going in between that open and close. Hopefully that made it easy for you guys to understand. And when I use the 0.5 guard or the 1/16 guard, the easy way for me to remember this step is halfway and then close. So it's a half guard, so halfway and then close. So just to backtrack one more time, when you're using the one guard, it's open, close, halfway. And then when you're using the half guard, it's halfway, then close. To me, I just found this method to be the most time efficient. So, like I said, there are so many different ways to fade hair. This is just the method that I use, and it works for me. Okay, now we have the 1.5 guard, and what we're basically doing right here is just blending into the top of the hair. So we don't want to go up too high. I'm just trying to debulk just a little bit more, just to get the hair to blend in. But I'll come back with my one guard once again and just smooth that hair down. It's all about making a smooth transition. So I saw a couple of dark spots. So like I said, with coarse hair, you have to make a few more passes with the hair. So I just saw a couple of dark spots and I just wanted to eliminate those really quickly before I moved on. And this is what I meant by going back with the one guard with the lever fully open and just smoothing down the hair. So that way everything blends into each other. And then once again, I saw another dark spot, so I just touched it up. Some people wait to the end to do this step, but I like to complete one side at a time, so that way I don't have to go back to it. It's once I move on from this side, I'm completely done. And since I already had the clipper in my hand, I just went ahead and blended in the sideburn, just to be time efficient. And notice that wave right there, it was looking like a weight line to me, so I just smoothed it down just a little bit more. And you can see it disappear right there. And I was pretty much satisfied with the way this looked, so now we're gonna move on to the other side. And here, I'm not really gonna explain as much, I'm just gonna let you see me progress through the steps. So you'll pretty much see the fade come together in real time. I'm not doing anything new. I'm just following the same steps that I did on the other side, and you'll just see it come together. So, as I always recommend people to do, find someone that will let you cut your hair, that will let you cut their hair, and just put this video up and just go step by step. So as the video is playing, rewind if you need to, but this will serve as a really good guide for you guys. As I always say, experience is the best teacher. You can watch these videos all day long, but until you actually try to do it, you'll never be able to accomplish this look. So don't be scared. You guys can do it. And of course, the first time you cut hair, or the first couple times even, it won't look perfect, but the more you cut, the more you start to get that barber's eye, and you'll start to see little spots that need to be blended. Basically, practice makes progress. So the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. That's with anything. So remember, I did the open, close, and halfway. You just saw me implement that technique. And then I go halfway and then close with the 0.5 guard. So I know, depending on the clippers that you buy, all clippers may not come with the 0.5 or the 1/16 guard, but when you're blending, pretty much the guards that you will need are the 0.5 guard or the half guard. or the 1/16. They're all the same thing. The number 1 guard, I recommend getting the 1.5 guard as well. The number 2 and the number 3. You really won't need to go up a number 3 when you're blending, unless you just have really long hair on top. But as you guys can see, the fade is pretty much coming together. We're starting to get that nice transition that we like. And like I said, so for some people, this fade may seem a little high, but the way that I blend, I like to see a gradual transition in my fades. So that's why I spread them out just a little bit more. But here we're just gonna move on to the lineup. We're not gonna push anything. We're gonna try to keep it as natural as we can. Just finding that nice balance between natural and sharp. And as you can see, his lineup is just not completely out of whack. He touches his own lineup whenever he's at home. So he has his own pair of trimmers. So he just cleans himself up, but he always comes to me to get a cut. And to this day, I have never cut anyone that has identical arches. It always grows different on the left and right sides to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So when you cut, do you guys notice that the arches grow different on each side? That's just something that I picked up on over time. Looking pretty good so far to me. And we're just going to repeat the same thing to the other side of the head. So right here, I noticed that one of the arches was just a little off, so you see me here just making them even. And I didn't have to push anything too far in, I just tweaked it just a little bit. Okay, and then now we're moving on to the razor line. And then here I'm just showing you guys where I shaped up the beard. So one thing that's very important when shaping up a beard, you always want to comb away the residue after the first pass, because it will give you a false line, and you'll see just a second when I comb it away. See how that line is not as defined anymore, so I have to go over it again. And that's usually what you have to do when lining up beards. So don't ever just make one pass, you usually have to make multiple passes to get it as sharp as you want it to. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like I said, if this is your first time visiting this channel, hopefully this video was helpful. Hit that subscribe button if it was. Share this video. Practice on someone. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys on the next video.